Victory Park, and the most famous landmark here in Victory Park, Mother Armenia statue. It is nice. It is a nice park. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Yerevan, Armenia. And we are here in Yerevan today with a beautiful view out onto the city of Yerevan from on top of this hill. And what else is on top of this hill? Well, it is Victory Park, and the most famous landmark here in Victory Park, Mother Armenia statue. There it is, the Mother Armenia statue. This thing is gigantic. As you can see by the people standing by the door on the pedestal, it is very, very big. And it towers over Armenia. It's up here on top of this hill, surrounded by some military vehicles, because Victory Park here celebrates the victory in World War II, the Great Patriotic War, by the Soviet Union. And today we're going to explore around Victory Park a little bit, so come along. Thanks for clicking on the video. If you want to help out the channel and help it grow, I really would appreciate it. Click on the like button down there, the subscribe button, and the little bell next to it to be notified for when new videos drop. It really helps the channel grow because it's going to help the YouTube algorithm recognize this content and spread it to other YouTube viewers. If you'd like to support the channel monetarily, I would appreciate that as well. You can leave a super thanks by clicking this thanks button here and give a small donation to the channel. I appreciate your support. So back to the video, enjoy. So Victory Park here wasn't always named Victory Park. It was renamed Victory Park after the victory of the Soviet Union over the Axis powers in World War II, the Great Patriotic War. And actually, this pedestal here, interestingly enough, in 1950, when the park was reopened as Victory Park, that statue up there that they placed was actually a statue of Joseph Stalin. A big statue, the same size as Mother Armenia there, but of Joseph Stalin. And that statue, of course, is no longer there. This is something that we actually talked about in a video that we made in Georgia. Two videos, actually. We went to Gordy in Georgia, the hometown, birthplace of Joseph Stalin. We talked a little bit about the period after Stalin's death, period of de-Stalinization. And actually during that period in 1962, that was when this statue here that used to be Joseph Stalin was taken down and replaced 5 years later with Mother Armenia. Now, inside the pedestal here is actually a museum to the Armed Forces of Armenia. It's an Armenia military museum. And I actually went in there, looked around, and unfortunately we're not allowed to film or take pictures in there because actually it is quite a sensitive subject, the Armenian Armed Forces, especially this museum, because it really is more like a memorial. And over here, actually, there is the eternal flame, an eternal flame to the soldiers, fallen soldiers of Armenia. Because up there in the museum is actually like a monument to the history and the fallen soldiers of the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict. Nagorno-Karabakh, we mentioned that actually in the very first video that we made here in Yerevan, the video where we were walking around Republic Square area. But the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict, a long sort of conflict that has been going on, or that had been going on for many years between Armenia and Azerbaijan, their neighbor. Ever since the fall of the Soviet Union, the breakup of the Soviet Union, and the independence of Armenia and Azerbaijan. I'm gonna sit here in the shade while we talk. There has been an ongoing conflict over the Nagorno-Karabakh region, also known as the Republic of Artsakh. Here it's known as the Artsakh War, because the Republic of Artsakh is basically an area that is within the borders of Azerbaijan, but is like a separatist area that is claimed by both Azerbaijan and Armenia. It's home to a lot of ethnic Armenians, and up until 2023, it was the Republic of Artsakh. Now, in 2023, in the third of the three conflicts in the Artsakh War, Azerbaijan actually was able to take over the entire territory. So it is now under the control entirely of Azerbaijan. So the Artsakh War has sort of ended with Azerbaijan as the victor. But here, inside the pedestal, inside the building that is here in the pedestal, they remember the fallen soldiers, the brave soldiers who fought in all three of the conflicts in 1992, in 2020, and also in 2023. There's also in there kind of a smaller section that is dedicated to the soldiers, Armenian soldiers who fought in the Soviet Red Army against the Axis powers in World War II. But if you ever do come here to Yerevan, you can go to this place. It's free. It's free to go. It's a kind of a small museum, but it is good to see. Unfortunately, we weren't allowed to film or take pictures in there, but out here you can see some military vehicles. It's like an old World War II era. I think it's like a T-34 tank. Some artillery cannons up here on both sides. Big surface-to-air missile. Some Kashutka rocket trucks. So, the military monument here, the Mother Armenia monument that houses the military museum, sort of the landmark icon of Victory Park. But there's a lot more in Victory Park. One of the other things is this Ferris wheel over here. This big Ferris wheel. Victory Park is like, I don't know, a big part of it, a decent sized part of it is this like amusement park with like rides for the kids, games to play. There is the big Ferris wheel up here that we're going to see. There's some spinny rides, games here. A nice fountain here in the middle. Little stage where they can have like music playing. Some restaurants also in here. The big, we're going to take you up to the top and then drop you ride. Not bad. It's not super crowded right now. We're actually visiting here on a weekday, which I imagine is why it's not super crowded. I would imagine if we came back on a weekend, it would be much more crowded here with people. You see this dinosaur out in front here of this building. There actually is across, like on the other side of the park, there's like a little place called Dino Land, like Dinosaur Park, which I imagine is kind of just a walkthrough with like more animatronic dinosaurs like that. But nice, a nice park. Not just as an amusement park, or not just as to come and see the Mother Armenia or the War Memorial, but just to, go for a nice walk. Go for a nice walk through the park. Now today is especially hot. Like I mentioned in, kind of all the previous videos that we've made here in Yerevan, it's very hot. It's very hot when we're here in Yerevan. We're here like in the hottest part of the summer. So it's been quite hot walking around. The park here is quite hot, but you can see here's the giant Ferris wheel. Yeah, very cool. Very cool giant Ferris wheel. And you know what I spy over here? I spy a kvass stand. Interesting. Maybe we can get some kvass. So kvass, I don't know if I talked about this in any of the previous videos. It's like a Russian drink. It's like a slightly fermented drink made from bread. And I kind of really like it. I found a lot of people selling kvass and places to buy kvass when I was in Batumi, in Georgia, and I'm kind of like hooked. Maybe we should get some. I think we should get some. All right, so we did it. We got some kvass from over there. There it is, right there. Oh man, very refreshing. Refreshing on a hot day to drink a fermented bread soda. It sounds weird. It's really good. Oh, hell yeah. It's really good. For those of you who have never tried it, you may wonder, what exactly does kvass taste like? And it's kind of hard to explain, especially because I've tried different kvass. Every kvass you get is going to taste a little different. I've tried kvass from vendors, like this one, when we were in Batumi. In Batumi, actually, there's a lot of like, there's a lot of like vendors that are just on the street. They have a big yellow tank that's full of kvass. And that kvass was good. It's a little like more watered down, I think, than this one that I'm having here. I've also tried some kvass, some like store brand ones that you buy in the store in bottles and cans. And there's one that I really like that's like a Belarusian brand. I don't know the name of it, but it looks like this. And it's pretty good. This kvass, this one specifically, is good. It's a little more like fermented. You can taste almost a little bit of alcohol. Kvass has a tiny bit of alcohol in it. It's like fermented on the level of like kombucha, not on the level of like beer. But because it's made from bread, it has that sort of beer yeast flavor a little bit, but it's also kind of sweet. It's very hard to explain. It's very hard to explain the flavor. You have to try it yourself. Try it sometime. If you ever get a chance, try kvass. It's good. Yeah. All right, after we finish our delicious, refreshing kvass, there's still some more stuff. Still some more stuff that I want to see here in Victory Park. There is, I don't know, just some interesting looking stuff now. I've seen it on, like Google Maps, right? Done the little research ahead of time to see what's here and what's worth like seeing. And one of the things is actually right over here. And I don't know that we're going to be able to get into it because it is an abandoned building. But it's listed on Google Maps as a tourist attraction. So who knows? Let's check it out. This is the Aragil restaurant, which I guess used to be during the Soviet Union times. This used to be a very famous like restaurant with a beautiful view out over the city of Yerevan. So you could come here, if you were living in the Soviet Republic of Armenia, you'd come here to Victory Park, I guess, like in the evening, walk around, we go to the amusement park, then you come down here to the Aragil restaurant. Aragil restaurant, here we go. Let's check it out. Let's see if this place, if we can get inside. I would really like to go inside because from some pictures I've seen that people have taken inside, there is a very cool view. Here it is. Aragil restaurant, founded in 1960 by honored architect of Armenia, Raphael Israelian. Preserved and restored by Vachagan Movsesyan. Let's check it out. That guy, Raphael Israelian, I think that's the guy who designed the like pillar, the big like pedestal that is now the military museum. Well, the view is crazy up here. Looks like it's all closed up. Yeah, locked up tight. Look at this view. Yerevan. Damn. It's a beautiful view. Beautiful view from up here. Armenia restaurant. I imagine this down here would have been seating. You could like sit out here. So cool. It's a cool building. It's a cool building. It's cool that it's been preserved. You know, abandoned buildings are sort of, I don't know, they're very interesting to me. I do like to visit them if possible sometimes. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's kind of difficult, depending on what the building is, depending on what the situation is. Sometimes it's kind of dangerous. But this one, very cool. Armenia restaurant here in Victory Park. Anyway, we continue up here this way. We go right towards the center, like the dead center of Victory Park. There is a monument up here as well. Actually, before we do that, I want to go over this way because, I don't know, over here, just like to the west of the Armenia restaurant, the former Armenia restaurant, on Google Maps at least, it says there is a monument to the fallen soldiers in the Afghan war. So that is the Soviet Union's war in Afghanistan in like the 1980s. It is kind of sad, a sad thing for Afghanistan that you have to, what do you say, the war in Afghanistan, you have to specify, well, which war in Afghanistan, because there have been many. And unfortunately, my country, the United States, involved in the most recent one. But during the 1980s, the Soviet Union was involved in a war in Afghanistan, and there were people from Yerevan, or from Armenia and from Yerevan, who fought in that war. And I guess this is a memorial to them. I think this is it right here, actually. Is it? I don't know, it's hard to tell. It's all written in, it's hard to tell because it's all written in Armenian script. I don't read Armenian. It's written, oh yeah, this has to be, because even though I don't speak Armenian, I don't read Armenian script, and I can barely speak or read any Russian. I do know that those are the years, 1979 to 1989, the 10 years that the Soviet Union was in the Afghan war, in Afghanistan. And here it is, the memorial. Afghan War Memorial. It's pretty small. It's not it's kind of small, kind of tucked away over here. I honestly would not have known it was here if it weren't, if I hadn't seen it on Google Maps. Especially because this path that we're on here with the restaurant, the former restaurant over there, like it goes from the restaurant out that way to one of the entrances, but it's like, it doesn't seem like it's a very heavily trafficked path. Just because the restaurant is like all the main attraction stuff is on the main path that runs through the center. So who knows if anybody would come see it if they didn't even know it was here. But we saw it. The memorial to the fallen Armenian soldiers in the Afghan war. All right, now let's go to the center of Victory Park. So here we are in what is basically like the center of Victory Park right here. This is the Peace Monument, or the No to War Monument, or the Let There Never Be War Monument, which was placed here in the 1970s, back like, I think it was created between like 1974 and it was placed here in 1977. And it's a very cool monument, but it is unfortunate because we just came from the Afghan War Memorial which was 1979 to 1989. So a monument was placed here, the No to War, the Let There Never Be Another War monument in 1977, and then 2 years later, Soviet Union was in a war in Afghanistan for 10 years. It is unfortunate. And it's something that, unfortunately, I know all too well, being from the United States. There are plenty of no to war monuments, peace monuments in the United States. And man, we seem to be in a war all the time. And it's very sad. But you can walk up here through beautiful Victory Park, not think about the current and past wars that are going on. Just enjoy a nice warm day in sunny Yerevan, Armenia. It's beautiful. We're walking back up this way. This is actually going back towards Mother Armenia. And you can see more of like the amusement park here, rides, games, fun stuff. Wanted to walk just a little ways up here just to show you the dinosaur park, which you can see the big animatronic T-Rex over there and some other like animatronic dinosaurs. Because I had already seen from the outside what the dinosaur park was, I got a feeling it's basically just a kind of a small park with some animatronic dinosaurs in it. So I'm not going to visit it, but hell, if you're here in Yerevan and you want to check out some animatronic dinosaurs, and you've got some Armenian dram burning a hole in your pocket, check it out. Anyway, we'll walk back this way, back towards, actually no, you know what, let's go up this way just a bit. We'll go up here because there's a lake here. It's like a man-made lake that I think was made back in the 50s or 60s. I'm not sure exactly when. I can't remember exactly what it's called. I will put the name and the year in the subtitle. But it's a nice little man-made lake. What is an urban park without a nice man-made lake in it? We've had a lot of visits to urban parks in other cities that we've been to, mostly in Latin America. In fact, I think kind of all in Latin America. That's not true. We visited a couple in Georgia. They made it briefly into some of the videos that we made in Georgia, but here, this big man-made lake here in Victory Park, Yerevan, Armenia. And of course, as is always the case, or as is usually the case, with a big man-made lake in an urban park, there is a boathouse with a boat launch where you can rent rowboats and row around the lake. That's cool. You like that? Doesn't look like there's anybody doing it right now. As I said, we're here on a weekday. So not exactly the time when the park is going to be super busy, I don't think. But nice lake. There's a restaurant over there too. Some sort of little cafe, restaurant, something, outdoor seating. It's nice. Nice place. All right. Head back towards the exit here at Victory Park. Gotta get a ride, actually. I'm gonna get a ride back. One of the things about Victory Park, because it's up on this hill, it's a big winding road. I don't think there's a metro station up here. There's a big winding switchback kind of a road that comes up the side of the hill and ends up here. I don't think you can walk along it. Also, it's very hot, so I think we're just gonna get a taxi or a ride or something. here in Yerevan. They don't do Uber. They also don't do Bolt like they did in Georgia. Here they use Yandex Go. Yandex, which is basically like a huge Russian tech company that has like a search engine and a lot of other like tech products. They have a Yandex Go, which is like, it's basically like Uber. It's a rideshare service. It's a food delivery service. They have an app. It's very easy to use. If you ever come here to Yerevan, I suggest you download the Yandex Go app, make yourself an account so that you can get around much more easily. All right, let's head back towards the exit. Say goodbye to the Peace Monument, the No to War, the Let There Be No More Wars monument, and let's hope there aren't any. All right, on the path towards one of the exits to the park, and it is nice. It is a nice park, even though it's very, very hot today. It is nice. There's a lot of trees for shade. Come walk in. And I always do like visiting, whatever is like the biggest urban park or urban green space in cities where we go along this trip. I've done it in a lot of different cities, like I mentioned. In fact, the whole playlist that I will link in the description of all the other like big urban green spaces and urban parks that we visited in different places. It's really nice. It's a nice thing for a city to have. But I think that's going to do it. I think that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. I enjoyed going for a walk here. And even though we weren't able to film and take pictures inside the War Memorial back there underneath the Mother Armenia statue, it still was nice. It was nice to come here to Victory Park. So if you're here in Armenia, come to Victory Park. Maybe ride the Ferris wheel, get yourself a kvass. Check out Mother Armenia and the War Memorial underneath, and I think it'll be an enjoyable time for you. Anyway, that's it for this video. Stay tuned for the next one. We'll see you next time.